Good morning, sunshine. We're gonna make quiche today. Yes, in quarantine, real men do eat quiche. You'd be surprised. So, we're starting off with a stick of butter. I do my 1-to-1 ratio. Stick of ice cold butter, cup of flour, and a 1/4 cup of ice cold water. I'm also gonna put in a little pinch of Himalayan sea salt. Just a pinch. And just so you know, a pinch is about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Okay, so we're gonna buzz this the way we normally do until it's the size of small frozen peas. And I do that with the pulse feature on my Cuisinart here. The reason I'm using a Cuisinart is someone hid the dough hook from me for the KitchenAid mixer. So I am very inventive and I can do it this way too. So there. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn this on, okay, after we've just pulsed it. And you're going to add 1/4 cup of ice cold water. And that's gonna form a ball. See that? Perfect. Now that goes in the fridge. We'll put it in a baggie in the fridge for about half an hour. And then we're gonna make our crust for our quiche. The quiche part of it, the little mix, is so easy. I mean, the whole thing is really easy. I don't know why more people don't do this at home, but you know, this is a chance to learn all that great stuff. So there we go, that's going in the fridge. It is slightly sticky. I might have added a tiny bit more than a 1/4 cup of cold water, but that's okay. I'll just add a little more flour when I roll it out. Okay, so I'm gonna make this quick because Michael's in the studio and I can hear him coughing. So I put on a mask, I closed his doors. He's asleep in there. And I'm a little nervous, gotta be honest with you. So I'm gonna mix this up. I got 3 eggs, a cup of half and half. It's really supposed to be a cup of cream or a 1/2 cup of cream and a 1/2 cup of half and half, but I don't have any cream. But now I have half and half. The other day I didn't have half and half. You just gotta work with what you got. Hopefully this will set up nicely with the eggs. Gosh, now he's snoring. Anyway, so a little pinch of sea salt, pinch of white pepper, and a pinch of nutmeg. Then we're gonna roll out that pastry, put it in the glass dish, pop it in the oven at 375 for about 40 minutes or so till the crust is golden brown. Brush the crust a little bit of egg wash, okay? So it gets nice and brown, and then you want to test the center with a toothpick. It can be a tiny bit still kind of moist because it's going to continue to cook 10 minutes after you take it out. It's called carryover cooking. Just make sure it's done. You can use a thermometer, that would be even better. But this is gonna be really tasty because wait till you see what I do for the filling. By the way, I like to grate my own nutmeg so it's super fly. It's awesome. I do it about 100 grates, little fine grates in there, which is, I don't know, probably not even a pinch. Okay, so put a little extra flour on there. Hold on 1 second. I didn't want everything to fall off and I went like this. I got issues. Okay, so I rolled out my pastry, hit it with the tines of a fork all the way around, and made sure there's no holes in it. Put in my spanakopita filling that I had left over, okay? There's about a cup of that. And then a couple big handfuls of mixed shredded cheese. They call it Mexican cheese, but it's not really flavored Mexican. And then we're gonna pour the custard over it that we made, put it in the oven, 375 for about 40 minutes until it's done. By the way, I used a little bit of the custard mixture to paint around the edge, give it a nice color. Why waste another egg, right? And by the way, if you want this food processor, which is wonderful, you can go to foodnationradio.com and get it there. And the reason why you want one this size is because the regular kind, those are just not big enough. And you end up having to, I used to have 2 of them because they weren't big enough. This one is perfect because you can put pretty much any size recipe you're gonna do, as long as it's a home recipe, you know, for at home, it'll work. So it's not like a commercial kitchen where you need a great big one. So this is sufficient for your house. And it's been great. It's been great. And you can get extra bowls for it, stuff like that. So over the holidays when you need to use it more than once, you don't have to sit there and wash the bowl and use it again. You can just switch out the bowls, switch out the blades. It's really great. It shreds cheese. This thing will dice, shred cheese, slice stuff. It's really an amazing thing. I don't know how I ever lived without it. Is that pretty or what? Let's see. I'm taking a chance here. Let's see if it passes the toothpick test. That was 40 minutes at 375. Okay, I just stuck it in the center and took it out so you can see it. Perfectly clean. I'm gonna let this rest for about 5 minutes because it's super hot. We're gonna slice it up and have a great breakfast brunch. So give this a try. You can put anything you want to in there. Doesn't have to be what I put in there. You can just put a couple cups of shredded cheese. I just happen to have that spanakopita filling left over, which you should really make, by the way. If you can get the organic dough, that's great. Otherwise, I showed you how to make it at home. So have a wonderful day. Try not to watch too much news and just spend time with your family. Love you guys.